If you flip over a $1 bill, you'll find something that will immediately catch your attention. A pyramid with one eye at the top. Flip it over again and look at the face in the center of the note. You see George Washington, one of America's founding fathers and the first president of the United States. If you flip it once more, the pyramid reappears. This time above the main stone and below its base, we read two Latin phrases. One reads Annuit Septem and the other Novus Ordo Secolorum, but more on them in a moment. So, apart from the seemingly out-of-place ancient Egyptian symbolism and Latin phrases, there's nothing strange about the $1 bill, is there? Well, not exactly. Actually, not at all. In truth, it is not entirely unusual for some countries to use motifs and sayings from ancient civilizations, but the $1 bill is pretty special. Unlike most normal currencies around the world, it is said to hide something, like a secret code. A code that can reveal the real people who control the world behind the curtain. A code that can reveal to us the true nature of our reality, and that we have in fact been controlled by a secret society for a very long time. And if they have succeeded, we will be controlled in perpetuity. Naturally, when this subject is discussed, the Illuminati are always mentioned. But there, the line between fact and fiction is very thin. In 2010, rumors of a secret group controlling everything from the media to politics spread across the internet, flooding threads in forums, comment sections, and even private chats. According to the theory, there is a secret society that actively manipulates everything behind the scenes. It's called the Illuminati, and members of the group allegedly include super-rich tycoons like Bill Gates, the Rothschild and Rockefeller families, influential politicians like Donald Trump, the Bush family, and Joe Biden, as well as global stars from Jay-Z to Madonna and Beyoncé, to Lady Gaga and Oprah Winfrey. Even the Pope and the British royal family have sometimes been included in this very exclusive list. If you're super rich and famous, or have suddenly become so almost overnight, there's a good chance you'll be included on the list. In other words, the Illuminati are the super elite who supposedly have the power to influence everything, and are happy to use this to exert control over every aspect of people's lives. On the face of it, the theory sounds plausible, and even today, many people continue to believe that this is the case. To others, it sounds ridiculous. It turns out that not everything is wrong. There is plenty of evidence that conspiracy theorists have presented that they use as proof to convince the world that this society actually exists. In fact, for starters, the Illuminati themselves are a real society. Over time, however, facts, myth, and reality have become mixed. How then to separate fact from fiction? Let's start with the history of the emergence of this theory. The order of the day is to end the machinations of the purveyors of injustice, to control them without dominating them. Excerpt from the General Statutes of the Illuminati. Founded in 1748 in Bavaria, now part of present-day Germany, by Adam Weishaupt, the Illuminati was a secret society created to promote ideals such as secularism, separation of church and state, and reason. At the time, the Enlightenment was in full swing, and intellectuals longed for a more progressive state, free from the absolute control of royalty and the church. Weishaupt himself was a member of another secret society, the Freemasons. Irritated by the outdated traditions of Freemasonry and the lack of focus on the ideals of the Enlightenment, he decided to form his own group, but not without adapting several key features of what had made Freemasonry successful, such as hierarchical structure, secrecy and rituals, and recruitment of influential members. In a short period of time, the Illuminati grew rapidly. They attracted people like Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, Johann Gottfried Herder, and a number of other highly educated men, and even a few noblemen. But they also attracted the attention of ill-wishers and enemies. Myriad accusations have been leveled against the group, such as attempts to undermine religious institutions, subvert governments, and foment revolution. Soon the Illuminati were banned and outlawed, of course with the support of the church. Combined with their own internal conflicts, the Illuminati went into decline and later disappeared. But is it? According to some theories, the Illuminati, or at least some form of it, experienced its initial suppression in the late 18th century and continued to operate underground. Even a number of conservatives and religious critics at the time believed this to be the case. Not only did the organization survive, but it managed to withstand its eventual demise by becoming large enough to plot world domination by infiltrating key institutions such as the media, government, financial institutions, universities, religious organizations, the military, and even the Vatican. Proponents of these theories argue that the Illuminati used its secrecy and network of influential members to place its members in strategic positions of power. Through them, the Illuminati are supposed to have orchestrated major political and economic events, from revolutions and wars to market crashes and cultural changes, all designed to achieve their ultimate goal, the establishment of a new world order. According to the theory, this new world order will be ruled by a one-world government in which the Illuminati will have supreme power and the masses will be subject to their rule. The group is said to use propaganda, psychological manipulation, and even technological advances to maintain control over the populace, keeping them ignorant of the true extent of Illuminati influence. Yes, while that does sound sinister and horrifying, the real question is there evidence to back it up? Believers in this theory claim that there are in fact many. They point to the countless hints found in seemingly ordinary things we see every day. In the beginning, we mentioned the strange symbolism and phrases found in the $1 bill. It turns out that these are not ordinary symbols at all. The pyramid is the main figure in the $1 bill. Again, we reiterate that it is not that uncommon for countries to use ancient symbolism for their currency, especially if it has great significance to their culture and nation. But ancient Egyptian architecture on modern American money, that's pretty weird. Pyramids have also been a symbol of power from ancient times to the present day. Note also that the pyramid on the $1 bill is no ordinary pyramid. At the top, you can see the all-seeing eye closed on another pyramid. The all-seeing eye, or the Eye of Providence, is another old symbol that represents the watchful eyes of God over His workers. The use of the Eye of Providence in the United States dates back to at least 1782, when it was placed in the Great Seal. In traditional symbolism, it represents God. But what about in this case? According to proponents of this theory, the use of the eye has a more sinister meaning. Instead of God, it represents the supposed omnipresence of the Illuminati and their watchful eye over humanity. The fact that it is separated from the base of the pyramid suggests that they are seen as standing above and beyond the ordinary masses, controlling events from a higher level of influence. The Latin phrases annuit coeptis and novus ordo seclorum also take on a different, more sinister meaning if this theory is taken into account. Annuit coeptis translates roughly as "He favors our endeavors." But who is He? Conspiracy theorists argue that this is not a reference to a traditional deity, but rather to the hidden forces guiding the Illuminati agenda. It is a subtle acknowledgement that the group's plans have divine, or, depending on one's point of view, diabolical approval. Then there is the Novus Ordo Seclorum, which means New Order of the Ages, or New World Order. Hence the theory of the New World Order. It is believed that by embedding this phrase in the world's most common currency, the Illuminati are signaling their intentions to the knowledgeable while keeping the masses in the dark. The design on the reverse of the $1 bill is actually borrowed from the Great Seal of the United States. In other words, both the Eye of Providence and the two Latin mottos are officially used by the US government in many places. But the note is not the only evidence that is pointed to for the existence of the Illuminati. For example, music videos by some of the world's most popular artists strangely share a common motif. The all-seeing eye, the pyramid, and occult symbols are all there, even if as viewers we don't find a sense of it. Examples include Jay-Z's On to the Next One, Beyoncé's Formation, Lady Gaga's Bad Romance, Kanye West's Power, and Rihanna's Umbrella, which feature symbolism and depictions of Illuminati. Rihanna's S&M music video even bluntly spells out the words Illuminati Princess on a newspaper page, as if they really own it. While some argue that artists are just having fun and using conspiracy theory as a marketing strategy, the fact that it is so pervasive, so consistent, and so deeply embedded in the imagery and themes of their work raises questions that are hard to dismiss outright. How is it that so many artists of different genres, often at the peak of their careers, repeatedly use the same symbols, such as the all-seeing eye, the pyramids, and occult references? Outside of the music videos and the $1 bill, other instances that have been pointed to as evidence of the Illuminati plan is the presence of the Eye of Providence in many logos of major corporations such as AOL, CBS, and Time Warner. Places like the Gidstones in Georgia and CERN also feature similar occult imagery and esoteric symbolism. The Illuminati are also said to be behind some of the world's greatest events, from the abolition of JFK to World War II. Speaking of assassinations, the organization is also believed to be responsible for some of the strangest deaths in history, including a number of celebrities such as Michael Jackson and Princess Diana. But why the occult and esoteric symbolism? One offshoot of the theory is that Illuminati members are either commanded by the devil or by beings who have captured their souls in exchange for money, wealth, and power. People point to the strange way some of these individuals have become famous or wealthy almost overnight as evidence. While many insist on more logical explanations such as hard work, talent, or plain luck, theorists suggest there is something more sinister at play. These people sold their souls for something they wanted, and in return the devil wanted them to trick others into doing the same. But do the Illuminati actually exist today? Have they really survived the carnage of the 18th century and successfully infiltrated the most influential, powerful, and wealthy sectors of the world? Are they really controlled by the devil? If we are to be objective, unfortunately, or rather fortunately, many of the claims about the Illuminati are based on speculation, misinterpretation of symbols, and the human tendency to find patterns even where none exist. Despite the fascinating nature of these stories, the reality is that there is currently no verifiable evidence that a secret society like the Illuminati is controlling world events from behind the scenes. However, the reality is much more complex, because there may actually be a secret society, not just one, but several, controlling the world behind the scenes. In this regard, there are several secret societies with confirmed members and the fact that they actually exist. These groups are the Bilderberg Group, the Council on Foreign Relations, CFR, the Trilateral Commission, a number of financial management and technology companies such as BlackRock, the Bohemian Club, the Order of Skull and Bones, and others. Each of these groups is made up of some of the Western world's most powerful, wealthiest, and influential elites, from US presidents to media moguls and billionaire investors. In fact, the Illuminati were clubs of people with different mindsets and a desire for different knowledge scattered around the world, uniting under one ritual. Is it possible that certain clubs had influential people with different abilities uniting them to achieve greater gains for the benefit of the whole group? Definitely yes. Are there still such groups of people today? Definitely yes. Whether we call them the Illuminati, Jews, presidents, or some fraternity, it makes no difference. In fact, since the world began, there have been individuals who want to dominate the masses, chiefs, kings, priests, pharaohs, and so on. It is natural that this process should evolve. And why should 10, 100, or 1,000 people compete with each other to be today's version of these ancient rulers called president? Isn't it easier for them to join forces and elect common representatives who are subservient to them? Could it be that the symbolism on the $1 bill shows us that long ago, a certain group of people felt that this would be the primary tool to control everything and everyone? Think about it. If there is a secret society that controls the world, then we will probably never know. What if that society is actually doing the bidding of someone with even more power, if they themselves are subject to a higher mind and power? But that's another story which you can continue with by watching the video you see on the left of the screen.